Today is the day. Minecraft 1.21, the Tricky Trials is out. And I'm going to be covering some of the things that you need to know if you're going to be jumping into this update. There is a lot to cover when it comes to talking about all of the changes in this update. So I've focused on the biggest ones, and that's going to include these crazy things, the trial chambers, the new things you can find inside of those, like these crazy trial spawners, and then the vaults that go along with them, as well as all of the loot that you can expect to get. There are brand new mobs, brand new enchantments, brand new status effects, as well as some new blocks. You're looking at a whole bunch of variations of some new blocks as well, and changes to some systems that we've had before, like raids and having a bad omen effect and that whole like ominous stuff. You can see this is a different type of vault block than the other. It is an ominous vault. Okay, big changes to all of that. On top of all of that underground, we also have new weapon, which is kind of like the biggest deal in this update. It's almost like netherite armor is like the big update has one thing you go for, like netherite armor was, I guess. And so the mace is that crazy, like, new items, music discs, where to find them, some new armor trims, pottery sherds, banner templates, and then as you can see, I have turned this house into an art exhibit. There are 20 new paintings. Honestly, I'm not even going to cover the paintings after this. You can go find them yourself. There's a lot of 3x3 paintings now, and then some bigger ones like the 4x4 paintings. This one is super cute, and then I just love that one. That one is going in my house somewhere. So let's jump into it. I think the biggest thing is the trial chambers. I'm in spectator mode, and here is a look at a trial chamber. We've kind of already seen them from the outside. Where do you find them? How do you get to one? Well, they're kind of scattered all over the place, and you can run into them kind of how you run into abandoned mine shafts, just randomly. If you're just happen to be mining, you'll probably run into one. If you have no luck, that way you can get a cartographer to give you a map. If you're in a village and you find a house that has this block in it, you can also craft it yourself, not difficult to do. You can trade with the villager that becomes that profession. They've hidden themselves. Hello. And if you create the first trades will be something like this, like an empty map and some emeralds. You'll have to trade up a few times until you start getting things like this, the Ocean Explorer map or the Woodland Explorer map. I got unlucky with this one because he never ended up giving me what I need, so I had to go find another one. And find another one I did. I promptly deleted the door so that he couldn't escape, and I locked him inside of this house. Traded up with him enough to get the correct trade, and then wham bam, there you go. Trial Explorer map. Wham bam, done. I don't know why I'm so proud of myself. All it needs is some emeralds and a compass, and that is how you can get your own map. As you can see, this one is really close because I found a guy that was like already on top of one because I had, hacking powers. But it'll look just like how it did on that map. This little block. Anyway, that is the representation of the trial chamber. So you head over there and head straight down, and then you find it. What type of gear do you need to conquer one of these trial chambers? Probably not much. I'm going to say this is a early mid-game. You definitely don't need netherite. You definitely don't need to have fought the dragon really at all. I don't even know if you don't really need to have gone to the nether, okay? So I'm going to go in with just regular unenchanted diamond, as you can see. I am in creative mode, but we'll go in survival and give you a few tips and tricks along the way. This is my loadout, just some food, some torches. I'm going to gather blocks as well, and that's pretty much it. You don't really need crazy amounts of stuff. The great news is that trial chambers will also scale in difficulty with groups. I mean, I guess it's great news if you want to challenge. It's bad news if you want to just like cheese the whole trial with like overwhelming it with 20 players. It will get harder the more players are around a trial like spawner and things like that. So it will scale. Whenever you find one of the trial chambers here, you'll see these tough bricks, these polished tough bricks. They look really great. There's even some chiseled variety, and we have already entered into the trial chamber. So here you can kind of check those out. There's the chiseled ones, and yes, they're going to fill up your inventory because they're not all the same. We've come across our first of the trial spawners. They are emitting some mobs, as you can see. We have, what are these, strays here that we're fighting, and all we have to do as the player is take them out. The major overall goal of the trial chambers, trial spawners, and really everything here is honestly to get a mace, okay? If you want to know what is it that you're, like, the main thing you're doing, you're trying to get a mace. Now, there's a lot of loot, lots of things that you can find in this area, and it's going to be a great, like, fun time doing it. But really, at the end of the day, you're hoping to get all the stuff to make a mace, and gather loot and have fun along the way. So, I just killed a whole bunch. Did I kill them all? No, not all of them. Okay, let's jump down here. Looks like we got them. And there we go. Our first trial spawner defeated. It opened and it emitted a trial key. It looked really cool, didn't it? And so now that is mine, and we're going to use it later on here in the chambers. Okay, up we go. We can take this last guy out. See, will this open? There we go. Ha-ha! We got another vault key. Well, I'm just lucky. What? No, I'm not. What is this, hacks? You can also loot any of the dispensers. And, oh my gosh, this is a lot to deal with at once. The blocks underground, under the spawners, will actually tell you what type of mob is going to spawn. Looks like we've gotten pretty unlucky, I guess, in this whole situation to really only get these darn strays. It looks like we got one, probably more over here. I think, did I defeat that one over there? Have you been defeated? Oh my gosh, get defeated! Okay, this one is finished. Oh, thanks for the bread. What are you gonna give me? Another key. Okay, great. So far, we have collected 3 trial keys. Bet you're wondering, what do these things do? Well, they actually go to this block right here. This one is different than the other. As you can see, it is a vault block. The others don't have quite that creepy little face that opens as you approach. It's up there on the top of it. As I walk up to it, it opens, and it'll eat this little trial key, and it will export loot. Oh my gosh, look at that. I even got myself a fire protection diamond chest plate. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so that is kind of the idea there with, you know, the basics, the 101 of what a trial chamber is. You're going to come in here, you're going to fight off these trial spawners, you're going to get things like the keys, and you're going to find blocks like this and get some loot. One thing to mention, this vault block that I just got loot from will not open for me again, ever, on this world. So, if I was playing on a multiplayer world, and I did this and got the loot out of it, I could never unlock this vault block again. Other players could. That's you know, fine for them to do it, but I couldn't. You know, and then once that other player had unlocked it, for them, they would never be able to unlock the vault block again. Once you get your loot from the vault, don't break it. Like, you want other people to be able to get it too, so don't try to break it. Just walk away from it, right? Same thing with these. You kind of just want to let them chill here. Right now, they're on cooldown. They'll be on cooldown 30 minutes. Cooldown of 30 minutes in order to make sure that you can, like, hang out, right? Like, I'm not worried these guys are going to, you know, start spawning again anytime soon. Down at the bottom of this whole contraption, there are even more. So I can continue to get loot. Ooh, what did we grab here? But one of the new smithing templates. Since we just picked up this awesome piece of loot, the bolt armor trim, let's talk about it. Hopefully you already know about armor trims. You can add armor trims onto your armor, and it makes really cool patterns. So I've given myself a few ingredients, just assuming that like I already lived through a survival world or whatever, and done this stuff. So with a smithing template like this, you can make more of them. You need lots of diamonds, okay? You don't actually need that many diamonds, but you need that many diamonds. And you also need, in this case, whatever the base thing is. So copper, and that will get you now 2 of these bad boys. And so we can do the same thing, and now we have a total of 4 of the templates. So I can now apply that to my armor. Boop, 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 boop. We'll take that out. We're going to throw that into a smithing table. You can craft these yourself or find them inside of villages. And I'll just use iron here because, man, it's not that easy to see. One second. Let me decide what thing I'll add on here. Okay, I think I found the color I like. Amethyst shards. I'll allow this really cool purple color instead of this. It just makes it easier to see. So we're going to do that with all of the pieces of armor that I had, just so you can look at what this bolt armor trim looks like. It is brand new, and I look so cool. Okay. Oh, that's just I'm wearing a cape as well. So cape off, and bam, bam! Look at me. I look so good. We are here in a, like I said, a trial chamber, so we can actually make these lights. Oh, that one's as bright as it gets. But that one, there we go. All you have to do is scrape off all of the oxidation here, and it makes everything brighter. That thing's all good. There we go. Now we can really look at the armor trim. It's very geometric, not very flowy at all, this one. Bolt. They're almost like Frankenstein bolts, you know? Anyway, it's called Bolt. There you go. That's what it looks like on diamond armor with amethyst as the trim option. We have one more armor trim to get to. And let's see, we're not going to get it here because we have to get it in a different type of vault. Ominous. Ominous. That's all I'll have to say about that. A little bit of foreshadowing. To continue on our little exploration of the trial chambers, this corridor has this room has a corridor at the bottom, and it's going to lead to this big ol' open area. I can see a few things. In fact, one of the ominous things I was talking about before, and a lot more trial spawners. There are ways to identify which creatures that are going to spawn out of there. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But I just teased the ominousness. And that is what we're looking at right here. This is an ominous vault. This vault is not able to be opened with the trial keys we've been getting so far. We need an ominous trial key in order to get it. And so we're going to try to work towards getting an ominous trial key because that is how we get the mace. Remember, the mace is kind of the end goal of all of this. So let's talk a bit about what we're looking at here. We have all of these spawners here. The one at the bottom has ice around it, but these ones at the top have these like cobwebs and different blocks and even mushrooms. What are we looking at? Well, over here on the Minecraft Wiki is the best place, the best resource I have found. Scroll way, way, way down to the gallery, and we are looking at the trial spawner page, and you can see all of the trial spawners really easily and kind of what they have around them, and then you're easily able to tell what you might have to fight whenever. It just makes it so you don't have to remember anything. Honestly, this is why I like them both. So you can see that the bottom one will be strays, so I'll be fighting those. And then these top ones, they have those mushrooms and the cobwebs. That's going to be cave spiders. So honestly, I may want to just avoid those, not try to activate them at all, and just avoid that area because I don't like cave spiders. Let's go fight them. I'll just fight them real fast before I actually activate them. Look at this. We got some pottery here. Break all of these pots because these pottery sherds, the flow and bolt, like that armor trim that we're talking about, they also have pottery sherds. So if you see some pottery around, we're about to activate these bad boys, break it. You might get a sherd that you don't have. Like, there we go, the Guster sherd. Now I'm getting poisoned. Okay, well, I think I defeated, the last stray. We want to break all of the pots down here, get their loot, and their sherds. Oh, don't mind if I do. So far, there's a lot of the loot that we've gotten. It seems like I've been getting some wind charges, I think from the pottery. Got a lot of bricks, that's funny. 2 trial keys, and a potion of swiftness. So this is some of the loot you can expect to get. As I'm searching for more loot to get, you may have noticed some of the new copper variants, including these cool copper grates, and also these crazy lamps that are in the walls. My shield really wants to activate. There we go. And these are the new copper bulbs. We're going to talk a little bit more about copper bulbs when we get to the redstone aspect. But basically, once you're inside of one of these trial chambers, just go exploring. Make sure you're opening up all of the chests that you see, and the barrels that you see, because that is where you're going to find a lot of the stuff that... Ooh, oh, hello. There's another vault here. Don't mind if I do. Oh, honey, and ooh, some food. At this point, I think you get the point. You would continue to fight these spawners, continue to get more keys, continue to find more vaults, and get even more loot. Okay, this was a very lucrative vault. Not only did I get a trident, which is extremely rare, but I got one of the things that I've been hoping to get this entire time, and that is an ominous bottle. I've been teasing this ominous thing. What is happening with the ominous stuff? Well, the ominous bottle will reveal it all. Bad Omen 2 is actually the Bad Omen that I got. That's kind of interesting. Here's, by the way, a look. I've just done kind of a run around in creative mode, opening a whole bunch of vaults. And this is some of the loot that I got. So maybe I've got lucky, maybe I didn't. Some of this stuff I had brought in from creative mode, but a lot I didn't. Like Silk Touch and Feather Falling 3, which is kind of cool. Lots of wind charges, which we're going to get to in a bit. That's a new item. And wow, we got a trident. That is cool. That is a good loot to get. Inside of the vault block, I should mention, is also a good idea of what you could get. So you can see there's the armor trim in there. We've gotten quite a lot of honey bottles. But then there's like an ominous bottle. And we've also seen, or I've seen a few things in here that we haven't picked up yet. Like music discs are one of the things that you can get out of here. And there's some of the enchanted books. So this gives you a pretty good idea. I really wish that you could use this like almost like a slot machine. And if you could just like click as fast as you can to get that one that's like currently there, that'd be really cool. Like, ooh, the ominous bottle. Well, that didn't work. What tends to happen is right as you click, it'll switch to something and you'll get everything that it switches to. So actually, we got another armor trim, which is pretty cool. But I have never been able to actually click and get the thing I'm looking at. It's always, it switches to something, and then you get that, the next one, and the next one, which is kind of cool. You get an idea of what you're about to get before it pops out of the vault. Okay, so now we're going to move from basically the default vault blocks to the ominous side of things. I've been teasing all these ominous changes, I know. So with us picking up an ominous bottle, we can now fight, instead of just normal old trial spawners, we can now fight ominous trial spawners. The Bad Omen effect, which used to only sort of cause raids to happen, can now change trial spawners from normal trial spawners into ominous trial spawners. That means that the trial spawner will be much more difficult, and the spawner itself will actually actively try to sort of like cause issues for you by causing status effects, things to float in the air. The trial spawners just become a lot harder to defeat, but they may eject the elusive ominous trial key, which would open the ominous vaults that we've been seeing. Remember, Bad Omen is what causes the trial spawners to switch from normal trial spawners to ominous trial spawners. So, how did we used to get Bad Omen in the past? Well, we'd come on over to one of these pillager outposts and kill some of the pillager leaders. Where are they, actually? I don't even know. Where are you? Why aren't you spawned? In previous versions of Minecraft, doing this would give you the Bad Omen effect immediately. Am I in peaceful mode? What is going on here? Difficulty normal. Suspicious. There are no pillagers around. Cause havoc. Be free, LA. Be free. I found a new outpost where they actually want to fight. Hooray! Where they actually want to spawn, even. So these little grunts that I'm killing, they don't matter, but we're looking for the guy with the banner on top of his head because he's the person who used to give us the Bad Omen status effect. Ooh, some Sentry armor trims. Oh, and a goat horn. Don't mind if I do. Take me to your leader. Oh, I thought he just despawned. I think he just fell. Wait, did he just what? Did I just see one and then they despawned? I was looking down. I found the captain. Finally. Okay, so now whenever you kill these guys, instead of them giving you the Bad Omen effect, they now drop the model, which is fantastic. So now you can decide when to apply your Bad Omen. Now I got Bad Omen 3 and Bad Omen 2. So I can choose to do the 3. You cannot, like, combine them to get, like, a better Bad Omen. But I can choose which one to drink. You'll also notice that they last for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Back over here in the trial chamber, we are going to use the ominous bottles that we've collected. I've also put away most of my loot so that we can kind of see the difference between an ominous situation and a non-ominous situation. So we're going to drink our ominous bottle. This will break the bottle and give us the Bad Omen 3 effect. And just to mention, I'm in Java Edition, but this will all work in Bedrock Edition as well. So don't worry about that. I've already unlocked these vaults, but I don't think I've done any of these up here. I don't need blocks. I have ender pearls. Okay, so as you can see, the particles are now different. Now we get these like soul particles, and the trial spawner has changed. Whoa. Oops, I really need my shield. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Oh my gosh, I've left it somewhere. I don't know where my shield is. But the trial spawner has changed into an ominous trial spawner. One of the things this trial spawner will do is it'll throw these crazy things at me. Like that is a lingering potion. You can also see that the mob it created has armor on. In fact, trimmed armor. It looks really cool. Oh, here it is. And this is actually one of the new mobs that we need to talk about. This is the Bogged mob, brand new mob, and it looks very much like a stray or a skeleton, but from the swamp. I'm going to eat this golden apple and then zip on up there so we can get close to them. You can see that they're covered in moss, and then their heads have like these mushrooms on them, which is kind of fun. The spawner is actually going kind of crazy here. It is outputting lots more mobs. They have so much more armor, and they're just not nearly as fun to deal with. That wind charge was another one of those status effects. Do we got another mob over here? Where are our mobs at? I'm gonna die here. You'll also notice that I have the Trial Omen status effect. This thing is still throwing stuff at me. Here we go. Do I have any? Oh, I don't have any iron on me, but what did we get? No way. All that for a carrot. Okay. You win some, you lose some. I do want some iron on me because I want to make some shears. Because if we come across Bogged again, we can shear them. And I have a feeling we will probably run into them again. There we go. We just activated another. Yeah, that looks like Bogged in there. And this time, I'd like to shear one of you guys. So, what if I could break his hat? Oh, I just broke him. There we go. This guy doesn't have a hat on, so we're going to take our shears and whoop. There he goes. He lost all of his fungus. You'll notice that I do have a new status effect as well. This weaving status effect. It looks like I got it from the trial chamber, the ominous trial chamber. Probably threw a bottle on me to get this weaving. There are 4 brand new status effects in this update. Weaving is just one of them. What's inside of here? What is that? What did that even do? I don't even know. Oh my gosh, this guy is in diamond armor? Okay, well, we're gonna have to eat up a bit. Holy moly. Oh my gosh, these guys are affected with weaving, which I'm still trying to talk about, but I'm gonna die here. I'm at half a heart. Okay, now that the chaos is over. The 4 new status effects are infested. So with this one, I've given it to me like infinite amounts. You can kind of see the weird like particles coming off of me. And infinite amounts, I just mean the time won't ever end. With the infested status effect, a player has a 10% chance to spawn in 1 to 2 silverfish when they take damage. I didn't do any of that time. Nope. Oh my gosh. Okay, life. I have made life from my fall. There we go. 2 silverfish spawned when I hit the ground. It did take a while. In fact, I needed to feed myself to make it happen. But there we go. 2 little nasty little silverfish. And of course, if you were in an area, oh look, look with their little tippy taps. I might actually get some more to spawn in here. You can see why this would be annoying, this status effect, especially if you were around any type of silverfish spawning blocks underground. Not good. The next status effect that we're going to cover is oozing. I've already applied it to myself, and as you can see, I got like these nasty little oozy particles, slimy little particles all over me. I've given it to myself for infinite time again. But the thing is that when you're affected with oozing, it really only affects you when you die. So when you die, you will spawn in slimes. So it's kind of like, you know, like when something in like an RPG dies and then poof, out of its dead body pops like another enemy. Or how slimes, you know, break into more slimes. Very similar to that. But I wanted to mention that every status effect that I'm covering can be made into tipped arrows, into lingering potions, into splash potions, and of course into normal potions. This is all just normal potion making, these effects. So I've given myself a bow, and I've given myself some arrows of oozing, and we can take out some creatures around here. Now, this guy has the oozing effect on him, and if he dies with oozing, as you can see, we get the crazy slimes. Oh my gosh, I missed. That is... Oh, I missed again. Okay, this is personal. There we go. Whoop, there we go. We got the slimes out of there. Oozing is a fun one to add on to arrows. This would honestly be... Oh my gosh, wait, can I affect slimes? Oh my gosh, are we going to get like 1 million... Oh, it doesn't look like oozing works on slimes. Okay, never mind. But because they're any type of potion, we can just do a splash potion of oozing, and now all of these cows have it. And as we murder them... slimes. So many slimes. The next effect that we're going to cover is weaving. I've already applied it to myself. You can see the sort of like particles of... I guess it's cobwebs that are falling off of me. I got webs falling off of me. Like the other ones, arrows, potions, splash potions, and lingering potions can all be used. This is also similar to the one about the slimes because it's an on-death effect as well. So I'm going to shoot this little pig here with an arrow of weaving, and on its death, it will pop out some cobwebs, which of course would be annoying to be caught in. They slow you down as a player if you're caught in cobwebs. This is actually now one of the only ways, I think it might be the only renewable source of cobwebs. We didn't really have a good way to make cobwebs. What's cool is cobwebs can be broken down into, what on earth? What? It's an unbreakable... Oh, it's because I'm in creative mode. That's why. Okay, I was like, what? That's a thing of creative mode is you can't break blocks with a sword. Anyway, so you can break these down into string. If you happen to have shears with you. They will break the cobweb into more cobweb, which really makes this weaving effect quite cool. And I could really see... Actually, let me test this really fast. Okay, we have a whole bunch of baby chickens. Affect them all. And then we have splash potions of harming. Okay, it doesn't look like it overwrites or goes very tall. So I was hoping that like maybe it would be like with... Oh, no, I'm trapped. But yeah, definitely a way to just farm... cobwebs, which we didn't have before. And the final of the 4 brand new effects is Wind Charged. You can see it here, Wind Charged. This, once again, comes in all of the different types. This is another on-death effect, so it'll only affect entities that are dying. We have killed so many things. This will release a burst of air as the entity dies. So as you can see, it died and then poof! Here, let's put ourselves into survival mode. And then I can whoop whoop. And as I run over, whoa! I got pushed back as it died. Here, let's see if we can take this guy out. Woo! I'm trying to get close to them. I guess I need to one-shot them like this. Boop! Whoa! Let's shoot a lingering potion over here. Where are you going? Where are you going? Right there? You've been lingered? Hoya! Whee! Here is how you brew each one of these potions. We start off with Infested, which was the one with the silverfish. That is just stone. Make sure you have a brew stand and blaze powder and awkward potions, not just water, in order to get this. Next is Oozing. That is a slime block. You can probably guess the rest. A Cobweb is for weaving, and remember, you can use the shears to pick that up from the things that are already dead, so you can make that over and over again. And a Breeze Rod, which we haven't gotten to yet, a brand new item I'm teasing you here with now, will make the Wind Charged effect. So as you can see, Infested, there we go, 3 minutes. Oozing for 3 minutes. Weaving for 3 minutes. And Wind Charged. And then you can use the typical redstone or glowstone to extend the length, and that, and gunpowder to make it splash, and all those fancy things that you can do with potions. But that's how you get to the basic effects. Okay, y'all, we are back in the trial chamber after checking out all those crazy effects. I'm back with an ominous bottle. At some point, I lost all my armor and everything. So we are going to go after another ominous trial. This time, we're going to find a mob that we haven't found quite yet that I need to show off. It is the Breeze. It's how you get those Breeze Rods. And so we're going to enter into a room that I know will have it because of what we looked at earlier, which was what will spawn from a trial spawner based off of what's around it. So I'm going to use this Bad Omen 3, give myself some Bad Omen. There we go. It's going to be a difficult fight. I've decided to give myself Protection 2, a Sharpness 4, and a Power 4 bow, along with just basic food. Kind of show like this isn't quite an end game thing, but you should definitely be prepared for this type of battle. There we go. This is how I know that we're going to get a breeze, is around it. You got these crazy blocks like this. This breeze mob fires wind charges at you. And, oh my gosh, we got to get rid of these guys. And the wind charges will blow you around. Not only that, but they will also affect redstone affected items, like these trapdoors. Let's see if we can get a good wind charge tossed our way. That breeze has decided to ignore us, whatever. But that will affect buttons, trapdoors, levers, that type of thing. And you'll notice around the room, there's also been buttons and dispensers. Like right there, there's one with a button. What is it going to shoot? Snowballs at us. I'm about to die. Yum nom nom. So all those wind effects will actually affect these. Like, this is a fire charge. It'll set me on fire if, you know, like, if I hit this button. Woohoo! You know, you don't want to deal with that. And the wind charge is what sets that off. So let's go ahead. His wind charge opened those. They keep closing the... Stop that! Got one. Okay, he is dead, and he did end up dropping the breeze rods, which is what they drop as they die. Fantastic. I bet you that we're going to get another. If not, there's already one somewhere in this room. There it is. Got him. More breeze rods for me. Ooh, got some food from this. Get up here. Get lost. Okay, he's dead. Oh my gosh, we have another. Projectiles will bounce off of these guys, so don't use your arrows. I think I may have been earlier. Forgot about that. You gotta melee them. Okay, was that the last one? It was. Oh my gosh, if we just keep getting food. That was just a single carrot. Embarrassing for the trial chamber, honestly. No new keys, and definitely no ominous vault keys, which is up there. I see an ominous vault. These are normal vaults. Man, I have gotten so many empty chests. I feel like the game is broken. Okay, so we still have this ominous effect, so let's fight. Oh my gosh, we got the baby zombies. No! Oh my gosh, shield, you're gonna have to work double time today. Look at their little diamond swords. You're so mean. Oh my gosh. I think my shield broke. These little monsters are the worst. The worst. They're little swords, and they try to get behind you and attack you. I think my shield broke again. Okay, I've totally cheesed it. I made it so I have like the most insane strength. I'm not trying to convince anyone otherwise. Do remember that the trial chamber, look, I'm even cheesing it and I'm dying. I'm still dying to these guys. Their little armor is like just so strong and adorable at the same time. Look at, this is like a murder party up in here. Keep my distance. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I forgot, I have infinite strength. I forgot, I can one-shot these guys. Okay, did we do? You're kidding me. Even? All of that. I can't even get a freaking ominous key? We got it! Yes! Finally. So, as you can see, the ominous key, the ominous trials, the whole ominous situation, much more difficult than a typical trial situation. We're switching into creative mode to just come on over here, because this is one of the ominous vaults. And also, now that I have one, I mean, I could have always just like made a ton of them, but I just want to show you how difficult it is to actually do in survival. Here we go. What is, ooh, an enchanted golden apple. Nice, and some wind charges. Hooray! Well, that was a really, enchanted golden apple. That's really great. Let's go open a few more. Hello. Give me some loot. Remember that these work just like the other vaults, where a player can only open them once. So once you've opened one of these, that's your loot, and that's all you're gonna ever get. It's never gonna open up again, and you'll never be able to use a key inside of it again. We did get one of the things I was really hoping to show off, which is the flow armor trim. We had already looked at the previous armor trim bolt. But flow is the second new armor trim, so let me apply it to my diamond armor here. And I'm going to do amethyst again, just to kind of show you the differences in the looks, and I think it shows up really good on diamond. So this is the completed flow armor trim set. And this can be duplicated just like how the other armor trim can be duplicated. Here it is from the back. Oh my gosh, the helmet makes a little heart. Oh, that is cute. I didn't even notice that before. Like I was saying, here is how you duplicate one. Lots of diamonds and a breeze rod, where before it was a copper block, now it's a breeze rod, and that is how you duplicate it. And sorry, this can kind of look a little confusing, so let me do it. Just do it. There we go, like that. That would duplicate it. So it takes 7 diamonds and a breeze rod, and then you'll get 2 out of it. So that's how you can duplicate that armor trim. By the way, the other thing that I got was a strength potion. I thought that was honey at first, and then we also got a whole bunch of wind charges. Wind charges, I kind of talked a little bit about how the breeze can use wind charges and affect redstone, but you can do the same thing with just a wind charge ball that we've been getting. Also, the breeze rods that we've found can be broken down into wind charges. So as you kill more breezes, you can get breeze rods, which break it down into wind charges. These, although, cannot be made back into the rods. So once you make the breeze rods into charges, you don't get the breeze rod back. These are really fun, these wind charges. They can be added into dispensers and fired off. You can also have them affect you, which is really fun. So you can kind of use them almost as a super jump. Here, let me go into survival mode here. As you can actually see how much damage I take. If I just point it at the ground, I can really bounce up there. It looks like I took no damage because I think I fell on the stair there. There we go. Oh my gosh, I jumped all the way. Look, who needs rockets? It's even an advancement. I didn't even actually know that. So these are actually really great to have in this specific area because of the way that they've kind of like, honestly, made the floor exactly the right height there. Oh my gosh. I don't want to deal with y'all. But it really does allow you to kind of get up on stuff if you know how to use them. They're really super duper fun. They can be a great way if you have elytra to kind of start off your jump if you really want to get up high. And they can be used, if I can like time them right, there you go, to get down off of high areas and break your fall if you throw it a little bit before you hit the ground. So like way up here, if I was to fall, I'll take a whole heart of damage. But if I can throw it before, I took no damage. In fact, I've healed half a heart since starting. So the breeze, they're really cool. I really like the wind charges a lot. We're not done with these ominous... Oh, that was the exact thing that I was hoping to get. A heavy core. So we're back at the ominous vaults, assuming you've gone through the ominous trials with your bad omen effect and opened some more. One of these heavy cores is this is probably the main thing that you're hoping to get. It's a lower chance from all of these. I think this was my third key that I've used. So that's a good idea of how many keys you might need in order to get a heavy core. Heavy cores are really cool because they can actually be placed down in the world, just like a skull, which is kind of neat. And it sounds awesome. Bonk! It's not exactly like a skull because it can only be done on like a 90 degree. Like it's not. Anyway, it looks really, really neat. What do you use it for? Well, you craft it together, and you actually don't even need to craft it in a crafting table. You can do it in your player one with a breeze rod, and wham bam, you get the mace, the brand new weapon to Minecraft. Boop 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 boop. Let's make it. So this works, it's like a sword or an axe, and that it is a weapon. As you can see, as I switch to it, it takes a while to like pull it up. And also the combat indicator, which is that little sword underneath my my crosshairs there, it takes a while to get ready too. So like a sword, pretty quick, a pick, a little bit longer, a bow, extremely fast, but this mace... There we go. Now we got it ready. Every time you make an attack, also, that same indicator takes a while. See, with a sword, much faster. With a mace, can't find it on my hotbar, a lot longer of a recharge. Okay, I made sure to remove my crazy, cheesy strength that I had earlier, so that won't affect how this looks. Let's find some mobs. I found another fun one to fight. Here we go. So, with the crazy mace, one attack does quite a lot of damage, actually. I think it's going to take me like 3 hits. No, it takes me a few hits. What do we got? Attack damage 6. My diamond sword has 7. But where the mace really shines is in its falling attack. Not just its critical attack, which I'm doing now, but its actual falling attack. We're going to give ourselves a wind charge so we can get some air. I'm also going to get in this area where the ceiling's a little bit higher up in the air. We're also going to have this breeze fighting with us. But if I can go up into the air and then attack from above, ooh, if they'd only cooperate and get a little closer. I need a melee fighter here, but there we go. Oh my gosh. That was one of my big attacks. It's a smash attack. It actually works well when I can get up here on these blocks. Bam. I don't think I actually did the smash attack that time. I have to fall more than a normal amount of blocks, okay? It can't just be like, oh, 2 blocks fall damage. No, we need to fall from pretty high height and then actually connect with the enemy at the bottom of the fall. So he's kind of lined up pretty well right here. Oh no, don't, we want fall height. Here we go. And bam, you hear that crazy sound. Particles got sent up into the air. And if there were any other mobs around, they would have been sent up flying in the air too, which is kind of fun. Ooh, well, that was a good vault. I got a music disc. I've been wanting to talk about the music discs. Anyway, before we talk about the music discs, let's continue talking about the mace. To help show off the mace, I have a whole bunch of armadillos inside of a hole. Why? Because they look like little basketballs when they get in a little thing. And they were also just released. So, if I was to fall from a great height and smack an armadillo, as you can see, they get pushed back quite a lot. And they also go flying up into the air, which is kind of fun. If you were to do this when they aren't like all inside of like a a box, then of course they go crazy flying. Whoops, I missed. Bam! Whoa! So you can see the dirt particles. We got them to go flying everywhere. I mean, it was just absolutely crazy. Now, I happen to be though in creative mode. And of course, I don't have to worry about fall damage in creative mode, but you do when you are in survival mode. So how does the mace happen to deal with that? Well, it'll actually negate all fall damage if you successfully hit the target. So we're going to switch into survival mode. Smack. Oop. And I didn't do it. Let's try it again. And there we go. I was able to actually smash and negate my fall damage and cause the thing, and it's amazing. It's really, really cool. So you can take massive kind of risks and get a fall damage reduced. On top of that, all of your fall damage gets imparted onto the thing that you hit. So you'll do more damage than ever because of your fall, which means that you could like one-hit wardens if you fall from like 300 blocks. There are 3 brand new enchantments, and all of these brand new enchantments in this update happen to do with the mace. We have Wind Burst, Density, and Breach. Let's start off with a Wind Burst. I think this one's really, really cool. It basically is like the wind charge and, all of the, we had the status effect. But the idea is that if you successfully pull off one of these smash attacks, it will actually send you way up into the air, which is really, really, really fun. I almost wish that Elytra had a, stop Elytra option, because it'd be really cool to be flying around in Elytra, deactivate, smack, and then reactivate Elytra and fly around. But there's not really a good way to deactivate Elytra other than pulling it, and I'm in creative mode, but pulling it off of you to deactivate. But this is just really, really fun. As you can see, I have a Wind Burst 3 on here. That is the maximum that you can do. The next enchantment that we are going to talk about is Density. It goes up to level 5. And the idea here is that you become more dense as you fall, basically. So it will add a higher damage for the amount of blocks that you fall, like a quarter heart. So for density 1, it'd be a quarter heart per block. And then 2 would be a half heart, and then 3, and then 4. And so at 5, we're at 1 1/4 hearts of extra damage per every 1 block that you fall before you perform the smash attack. Before we move off of density, I do want to show you a really great calculator on the Minecraft wiki. Here it is. This is what we're talking about. And so, let's say that you just fall from 5 blocks and you don't have a density enchantment. What are you going to do? You're going to do 33 damage. Remember, this is damage, not hearts. So divided by 2 if you want to get hearts. So if you want to do a one-shot of someone, how many blocks? You'd have to get above 40 damage done. So you'd have to go, it looks like 8 blocks to one-shot someone who didn't have any armor on at all. But if we added the density enchantment, so we make that level 5, well, I don't need to go 8 blocks anymore. We could pull that off with, looks like 3.5. Is that? Yeah, 3.5 blocks. We would one-shot someone who wasn't wearing any armor. And let's just bring that back down. we'd do almost half of that if we didn't have the density enchantment. So you can see it gets really complicated with how far up you are, and then when you're going to fall, and all that sort of stuff on how much damage you're going to do. So you probably would only need this type of calculator if you're like really trying to like, okay, let's kill the wither with one hit. Okay, we have a density of 5, and let's have them fall 50 blocks. Okay, well, that looks like a good number. We can head on over here to the Wither, and you see on Java Edition, we need 300 points, and then over on Bedrock, it starts at 300 over on Easy, so we haven't even done it yet. So we need to, like, add a few more blocks up until, there we go. At 51.5 blocks, we would kill the Wither in one hit. We still have one more enchantment to talk about, though, and that is the Breach enchantment. I don't know where I put down my anvil. Found it. Okay, so with the Breach enchantment, it is non-exclusive. What is actually the problem here is density. Density cannot be combined with Breach, Smite, Bane of Arthropods, and those are the 3. So I need to have a mace that doesn't have density on it if I want the last enchantment, which is Breach. Okay, so we're going to throw that on there, Breach. What does Breach do? It ignores armor. It does this at a rate of 15% effectiveness per level, and with a maximum level of 4. So at level 1, you would reduce the armor protection by 15%, 2, 30%, 3, 45%, and 4, 60%. And so this Breach 4 mace will ignore 60% of armor whenever it attacks. I know what you're thinking. Does this really matter? Is Breach really all that exciting? Here is a line from the Minecraft wiki. The strength of negative 60% armor effectiveness at level 4 Breach is significant enough to make full protection for leather armor and netherite armor protect almost the same. What? So yeah, would you rather be going into a fight with leather protection 4 or whatever armor you're normally wearing? Well, that's what happens when you go into a fight if the opponent has Breach on their mace. Breach is exclusive to the mace, just like how piercing is exclusive to the crossbow. Okay, y'all, we have covered so much. Thank you so much for watching the video this far. We're just going to be covering some of the dads and doodads that we haven't talked about yet that I do want to make sure gets mentioned in a video all about the new update. Starting off with the music discs. There are 3 new ones. Here they are. It is Creator, and in parentheses, Music Box, and that matters. You also have Precipice, and you also have just Creator. Here's just a plain old jukebox. Creator Music Box can be found inside of the corridors inside of the pots. So make sure you break the pots or hit them with your hand to pull the pot up and get what's inside. And it is the Music Box version of the Creator Music Disc, which we'll talk about in just a second. The Creator Music Disc starts off with a music box melody, but then switches into like a full production. This is just the music box section of it. So it's almost like a toned down or more basic disc. Next, let's listen to Precipice. I'm ordering this way because of the difficulty it is to find them, right? This one's much easier to find. The music box is much easier to find. Precipice is harder to find. You have to get it from either a vault, so you need one of the trial keys, or from a chest. And so, completely different song, and I really like this song. It starts off with the bells, but, it gets bouncy. It's fun. I kind of like it. Here we go. Come on, dance. I forget, you have to start it with them. As you can see, the bells make me think, Christmas at first, but then it does not. It does not go there. It's like Dance Party. Anyway, really like that music disc a lot. The last music disc is the most difficult to find. This one you get from the Ominous Vaults. Ominous Vaults only. That is Creator without the music box. So here we go. Now you can see it starts off with the music box, but then it'll change here in a bit. Are my parrots dancing? Excuse me, parrots. I spawned you for a reason. Okay, here it goes. Music box is over. And then it's like a clock coming in there. Whoa. And now it's like a circus. Anyway, so music discs are fun. They have a very copper look to them, right? Like, this is copper. This is like in the middle of aging. Fully aged copper. Anyway, kind of fun. And that's creator without the music box. Get out of that, yeah. I can't believe the inventory situation. It's gonna go bye-bye. Woo! Oh my gosh, I feel so clean. Let's talk a little bit about some of the new redstone, specifically the crafter and the copper bulb. I have long videos going over each of these in detail, so we're not gonna spend a ton of time on these because they are redstone components and they are complicated. But what's nice about the copper bulb is when a redstone signal is applied to it, it changes either if it's on or off, and then it stays there. It's basically a switch in itself. So I'm using, you know, a button here, but it's basically switching on and off. If I was to use a switch on it, the switch would just change its state. So as you can see, like the red dot here shows that it's being powered or unpowered, and it'll only change its state when it gets turned on. So it's going to stay off. I'll turn the switch off. It doesn't change anything. Switch it on again. It stays on. Switch it on. Switch. So as you can see, kind of fun. We are being overtaken by a menagerie of animals. The copper bulb has a lot of implications for redstone. I really like it a lot because it just seems like a really nice light source, right? And I want a light source I can hit a button, turn it on, hit a button, turn it off. I think that it is much nicer than the redstone lamp that we've had before. The redstone lamp needs a constant redstone signal to stay on. This one, like we've been mentioning, it just toggles on and off, which I really, really like. And moving on to the crafter. This is a way to automatically craft items in Minecraft. Kind of something that I think a lot of people were like, why didn't this exist in the very, very beginning? Like I said before, I have videos specifically talking about each and every one of these blocks, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. But you can use the crafter to auto-craft stuff. By selecting one of these, you'll turn on and off a thing that can be used. They don't need to be turned off to craft, but you can have redstone and hoppers input blocks into here, and so you can like turn off some of these things and it'll input it if it is correct. I mean, it's really, really smart. You can't just grab stuff out of here. You do need to power the crafter, so we'll stick a button on it, power it, and then it will output the thing that it crafts. Yes, this will work with hoppers, and it'll output directly into a chest, which is kind of cool. By the way, that is the crafting recipe on how to get the copper bulb, if you're wondering. How do you craft a crafter? You may be asking yourself. Well, here is how it works. You put in a dropper, a crafting table, redstone dust, and iron over it, and that is how you get a crafter. I can't actually craft this out of a, it's not a crafting table, it's a crafter, but there you go. Crafting crafters. We have just made a crafter. Auto crafters, the crafter, it's just called the crafter, but these auto crafters is what this is doing, is really going to change Minecraft. The amount of redstone builds that can be switched around and changed because of this guy right here is insane. It makes making armor or really any complicated redstone stuff super simple. Things like dispensers that require items that don't stack, like bows. Like a bow is needed in a dispenser recipe, and bows don't stack. It makes it super easy to put all the things that do stack, like the sticks and the string in there, craft a bow immediately into a crafter, and then have the crafter craft the thing. Anyway, it's just like it really changes up a lot of Minecraft mechanics with the crafter. Also, I want to quickly cover that there are some new pottery sherds. We kind of looked at them earlier, but just to cover them all. This is the Guster, which looks an awful lot like the Breeze. We have Scrape, which is an axe, but you can find this in the trial chambers, and it makes sense because you're using an axe to scrape off all this stuff all the time, and that's why it's called Scrape. And then you also have the Flow, which kind of looks like a little spiral or like maybe wind or something like that. Oops. Well, there it goes. And you can find all of these in the trial chambers. Remember that if you hit one with your hand, it'll pop off. But then if you hit it with a sword or something, it'll shatter, and you'll get every single pottery sherd. And yes, they all are called sherds, S-H-E-R-D. Then you can craft your own pots later with bricks and crafting. Flow and Guster also have banner patterns along with them. So we'll do a Guster here. There we go. And a Flow. Get out of there. A Flow here. So this is what they look like. There you go. And there you go. And the fact that it looks like a breeze is way more obvious in the banner pattern than it is in the pottery shard there. But anyway, those look great too. Flow, you obtain inside of the ominous vaults, and the Guster you obtain inside of normal vaults and normal chests. And that would be just the banner pattern is what you're looking for, and then you use a loom and your own banner to make it. Okay, we only have one more thing to cover, and that is the advancements. We have 8 new advancements. Starting off with step foot inside of a trial chamber. Then you have to scrape the oxidation off of a copper bulb. You need to use a wind charge, which we did. If you kill a breeze with a wind charge, which you can knock back towards the breeze, just like you can a fire charge with a gas. This is basically the same thing as Return to Cinder with a ghast, but with a breeze called blowback. Killing a creature, or actually I guess just dealing 50 hearts of damage in a single hit using a mace, which we can actually calculate. Get Minecraft out of here. We don't want damage done, we want hearts, 50 hearts of damage, so we want that to be 100. So we could do this basically until we get up to 100. 47 blocks. 47 blocks falling to get over, and that's if you have a density of 0. So if you happen to have like a density of 3, you can come in here and change the numbers around to make this. But this is the Minecraft wiki once again. Overkill, 50 hearts like we said, and then unlock a vault, and then unlock an ominous vault. And then there's one more advancement way down here, which we actually saw get created, Crafters Crafting Crafters. There you go. So those are all of the new advancements. That is it. We've covered almost everything. I mean, I really can't. There may be a detail or two, or, some, go into a little bit more explanation on some of the things. But really, that is a good idea of everything that is in Minecraft 1.21. So much stuff, right? This is a super long video. I really appreciate the update. I feel like maybe it took 15 years, but the Minecraft developers are really hitting their stride. There's just so much going on with Minecraft right now. I think that these trials are a ton of fun. I think that it's a great addition. Can't wait to see what they do maybe with the end sometime soon. That would be great. And keep it locked here on this channel for future updates. Hope you found this video useful, and make sure you subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. Share it with someone who might need this video. And see you in the next one. Bye.